Hello. So, we are here to talk about love and to send ripples of love at this very, very unique time. And we're seeing that already people are joining us. We'll spend an hour together. We're here, artists from different fields, working together to send ripples of love to the world. If you're here, please write your name, where you're from, say hello, share this video. Feel that you're part of the conversation. Add your insights, write them here, and be with us. So we're prepared for an hour of love. I'll tell a bit about the idea that started first with a group of Israeli women at this time, with Tamar Tsirinsky and myself. Tamar is not able to be here today. The idea was that we're in a difficult time, let's face it. And the air around us is full of difficult things to breathe. And we thought, how can we bring beautiful things to the air around us, so we and other people can connect to higher things? So we created this movement of women from different fields of arts, spirituality, movement, healing, mentoring, that all think that we can actually create a new world. So the word creativity has the double meaning in it. And when we come from the right kind of intention, we can actually create ripples of good things in the world. So today we're revolving around the territory of love. We're creating a ripple of love, and I hope that it inspires you also. But we'll touch different qualities in the next few weeks. We're also planning to have a Zoom gathering with women creators, artists, leaders from the world. So if you're interested and you want to be in this inner circle, then just contact us, let us know, and we will invite you. So maybe let's start with Miriam a bit.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I wanted to offer an image which was really in my mind before we started this hour, and it's to do with creating ripples. Because when you create a ripple, something comes from above, and it's a third vector that begins to create a movement around on the waters. And so I was thinking that whilst we're really interested in inviting love, I was trying to think from love's standpoint, that we can actually reach very high for the highest place, each one in themselves, of what love actually means, because the word love has been used in many ways and many levels, and mostly in a kind of limited aspect of between men and women, or women and women, whatever. But actually, love is an essence which we can call upon. And these days, where there's so many other things going on, I'm sure that it's very lonely and looking for a place to find a home and an anchor. And this is part of what I had in my mind about trying to connect to the highest place possible, because love is a very high emotion or very high essence, and it has many levels to it. So the higher we can go and bring it down, the bigger the ripples we can create into the world. Well, that was just an image for starting.
Mhm.
And
Really, thank you, Miriam. It's so important what you're saying. And I want to add on that we actually made kind of a brave choice to talk about love these days. As you know, we're all women here from Israel, and we're experiencing different difficult things. But the idea is that the only way to get rid of the darkness is by connecting to light. And when we thought about the thing that is needed now in the world most and that we want to connect to, then love came to mind. Gafnit, do you want to tell us a bit about the bucket of love, please?
Hi, everybody around the world. It's really special to speak about love with so many people you don't know. Maybe you never met. Maybe we will never meet again. But actually, we have the potentiality to connect to the same influence, whether we are in Kenya, in Iceland, in China, in New Zealand, in Brazil. Imagine there is a beautiful, beautiful picture from Egypt where you see the sun, and the sun have rays, and the rays have at the end of each one of these rays, it's got a hand. Imagine this hand is touching us now. This hand of love with the ray of light and warmth and life is touching us all over the world. Well, we feel in Israel we are in a very, very crucial time, in a very dramatic, in a very, like, what do we want to feed, the light or the darkness? And we want to feed and get fed by the light of love, which is what created us. Because look, we are an amazing complex. We have an amazing body. We are each one unique. We look at the trees, we look at the birds, and today there was so many honeysuckle come to drink the water and to enjoy the rain that came after so long that we didn't have it. And I felt it was a rain of love that feed the roots of the trees and the leaves and the birds and the cats. And this is ongoing flow when we are awake or when we are asleep. Love is in the air. And as Miriam mentioned before, it can be love between people, but it can be being under the influence of love and grow love in each cell of our body, because we need this healing, and healing go with love, go with meaningful life. And I want to share with you an image that I think we can all identify with. And it's called the bucket of love. And imagine that we take from this ray of love a bucket. Green bucket, blue bucket, red bucket, yellow bucket, any kind of bucket. And we fill it from the water, from the ray of love. We fill it with love. And then we take this bucket and we pour it on ourselves. So every cell of our body, internally and externally, gets an overflow of love. And then we fill it again. Wow, because it's there. You know, we don't need to pay for it. It does not cost money. It's not about political orientation. It's about love. And this planet Earth was created with love. And then we fill it again. And then we pour it into a place that we feel there is a need. Like children in school, of course they need a bucket of love. How can they learn with no love? And then you pour it to the people who work really hard. And then you pour it to a place where you actually felt that there was a conflict. And this bucket of love cause easement and healing. And then in these days, and this is expression actually that landed on me many, many years ago, and I use it. And every time I use it, I feel I'm smiling. Because instead of getting into, I'm opening up and I get the help. Because we do need the help from above. And in these days where we really went through an Holocaust in Israel, Holocaust of one day, but it will take years to heal. This bucket of love really served me when I throw this bucket of love, spread this bucket of love in Israel, in every place, in the Mediterranean, in Gaza, in people which are innocent, and I don't make a difference. Because I think once we've been touched with a bucket of love and we have a little bit of it, then we can connect to more of it. And we need to remind ourselves that even if in a very difficult situation, this bucket of love can serve us. When we look at another person, when we look at ourselves, when we feel ourselves, and when we want to share it with people that are now from Israel have been kidnapped to Gaza, and there is little babies, and there is young people, and there is elderly people that search and starve for love because they are away from home, and we want to bring them home. And there is people, innocent people, all over the world, and in Gaza, and in Israel, and wherever you can think of, because you are the people of the world. We can send buckets of love, and it's not personal, but it needs to come with the mindset of the consciousness and the healing that go with it. So bucket of love in any opportunity, it works. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gafnit. And I really invite everybody who hears now to say hello, to say your name and where you're from, and how do you connect to love, to the essence of love these days. So please write it and share your insights with us. Michal Fischel? We have two Michals here.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Um, it's a privilege to be here with all these wonderful women and with you all out there. It's a difficult time we're going through here in Israel. It's very emotional. It's very hurtful. And as an Israeli living here, with all the pain that's in the air, with hearing the bombs falling outside, I, as an artist, use the circle as my life hack. And so for me, the circle is leaving the I and going into from live to love to the O, to the circle, which encompasses everything. And if we look at that symbolic shape, we see that there is a center, and around it, life happens. And I connect to what Gafnit said, that I went outside and I saw a rose flowering, and I was filled with love because it's so beautiful and it's so simple. But it's there. It's there. And the fact that I chose to look at it, enjoy it, and be filled with love is a choice. And with all that's going on, I needed to make a choice. What do I put in my center? Because the center is the source. And if we're asking for the source to come from above, or the light, or the love that's out there, I choose to put love in my center, and for it to color my life, color the way I look at things, color the way I react to certain things that happen around me. And when I connect to that, I can actually spread that love to everybody around me. And everybody needs it. It's like Ifnit said, it's my children and it's my family and it's my friends. Some are here, some are kidnapped, some are, it's like everybody needs it. And I made a choice to connect to that place. And I'd like to share with you the process I went through, because when I work digitally, I can actually show, you can see the process I went through. So I'll share with you a very short animation that I made that shows where I came from and where I went through in the process of putting that love in the center. So I'll just open it and show it to you. Second, here it is. Can you see it, Kani? So I hope you could see how I went from a place of pain and turmoil, calling into myself flowers, the red flowers. The south of Israel, about a month from today, will be red with flowers, but it became a different red. And for me, that was something that came into my art because it's there. I feel it. We always wait for those red flowers to coat everything, those red fields. I don't know what's left of it now. And so the bringing in the light was there also. That's it. Put the love in the center. It's what saves us.
Wow, Michal, it's the second time I see this video, and every time I want to see it more, and I see more in it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to bring in some things that people write. So just a minute, because we have participants that are sharing their wisdom with us. So June connects to love with and through her heart. Telepathically, love can be transmitted through the human heart. Love is the strongest force in the universe. Blessed be for your work. Thank you, June. Thank you so much. We have friends from all over the world joining us. Michelle from Florida, and Anna Perez, who I know is a wonderful artist, and I want to invite you, Anna, for our next session from Switzerland. So please do share your wisdoms. I think this is the way of today. Yes, you have bright things to share, just as we do. Oh wait.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. It is definitely, Michal, you are right, a big privilege to be here. And I'd like to share a little framework that I created. But before that, I'd like to speak about the past. For 32 years, I've been a circus artist, circus creator, and I'm going to share in the chat. I'm not going to show this now because it belongs to way back then, but in 2019, before COVID and before the whole world turned upside down here in the Middle East, on the 7th of October, we created circus performance entitled All We Need, similar to Michal's work. And it dawned on me when Michal was speaking that circus is a round figure, and that in the circus, fear and love join together to create something beyond what seems possible. So I think in this situation where we are today, where we are all somehow traumatized from the events of the 7th of October and what transpired, I think it's important to choose to think about love as a choice. And everyone spoke about that until now, and I'd like to join everyone in saying that life is a choice. It's a daily choice that we make. And so I'd like to share this very simple framework for everyone. You don't have to be a circus artist to do that, but you can have fear and love at the same time. And because so many people are living in fear today, I think this may be useful. So it's very simple. It's called the 4 A's framework. And it goes like this. The first A is accepting reality as it is, which is not a simple thing in our current situation in the Middle East, but it's a necessary first step, because we cannot make a difference for other people, which is for me the essence of love in a way, if we don't accept reality as it is. So if we want to honestly and deeply make a difference, this is the first step that we need to. So once we've done that, the next step is easy. You just ask someone how they are or how they feel. That's really simple. And then you ask, how can I help? And then you actively help using your strengths and abilities. And this is the 4 A's framework. It's very, very simple. So it starts with the difficult, challenging part. But once we accept reality, we're all part of it. And we can assist other people. And that makes a difference for the people that we ask and for ourselves. Because if we use our strengths in order to make a difference for other people, then we are all raised to the level of love. So that's my 2 cents for today.
Wow. Just a minute. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's see another wisdom from the public. First of all, it's really beautiful to see friends here joining us. I talked about Anna Maria before, who was with Gafnit and myself, both in Italy and in Egypt, in our journeys, our spiritual journeys. And Emily, we met in a workshop I gave in New York a few years ago. Just so heartwarming to see everybody. So Emily says that she connects to love by remembering what is most important to her and why, and choosing to be with those things and not what gets in the way. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Emily. And let's have another one.
I can
By
share something. From the
this is another one, and then yeah. Yes, love is the binding force in the universe, from Lisa, also our friend from New York. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm spotlighting you, Nitzan. I have the feeling that you have something
I loved everything that you shared. And Michal, I love your accent. May I say that? And I like the idea of making a conscious choice of where we want to put our attention. And since I am a Nia instructor and I work with the body, I love to ask my body these questions. And I love to look for these qualities as sensations. Since our body is like this home of all our emotions. So when all this began for us about 5 weeks ago, I asked my body what sensation it is receiving now, what sensation is living in it. And what I got was pain and fear and anger and frustration. And I started asking my body, okay, where is the fear? And I looked around and I touched my body and I stopped wherever I felt it. And if you want to do it now, you can join me. And I asked my body, okay, where is the anger? And then like you can't see me now, but my hands just went into my stomach. And all of these feelings, and I let them pass through me and go through me. And I let myself sense them in different parts of my body. And it felt painful, but it also felt very alive. And then I started asking my body, okay, where can I sense? I didn't start with love because love is a big one. I started with where can I sense vitality? And then it was kind of not exactly in a place, but I wanted to start moving my joints, just moving energy. And then like this vitality, and you can join me if you want, but this vitality, emotion, energy and motion started moving through me. And my joints started moving. And it's really interesting because joints is something that it's a joint. It connects us together. But in Hebrew, the word for joints is it's something that takes us apart, mifrakim, so we can take ourselves apart and then we can put ourselves together. And now after time has passed and after we started doing this raise and ripples of love, and the word love came in, which for me was not intuitive. Like I couldn't put love in the center, but you brought it and it was inspiring. And then I started, okay, body, where's love? Where can I sense love? And I heard my heart start beating. And it's just looking and sensing and seeking for the emotion. And when you sense it, you start moving it around in your body and bringing it from your heart into your whole chest and breathing it. And I can feel the heat now, and heat is energy. Heat is life. And it's moving and it's going into my hands and fingers. And I can do something with it now. I can give it. I can receive it. I can make art with it. I can paint. I can dance. I can cook. For me, it's always about coming back to this beautiful body of intelligence, beautiful machine that this could not capture. And just letting it give me the answers. And when I truly seek and when I am willing to listen and say, okay, bye-bye, it's not your time now. Just listen, just be in the presence and listen. Then all these sensations start growing. And now thanks to you, and with this ignitement of my body, I have love in many places. And I really sense my heart pounding with love. And I can choose to look for it, to stay with it, and to grow it by the actions I do, and by giving it, like lighting it up. So you can always move it around.
Wow. Wow. Nitzan. Wow. I think that this is the example of the ripples. I think that we all felt it. You know, and I think that this is what we can do for one another, also as women, as human beings, is to inspire one another. Yes, so you were inspired to put love in the center. But now with everything that you did, you know, I feel that like every cell in my body is echoing with love, and I want to run and dance with it and cook with it. I don't know how to cook, and to paint with it. I don't know how to paint, but I want to do many things with this amazing energy of love. And I really also, we're not finishing, but I just remembered how I love each one of you ladies. Really, really. You're so amazing, so inspiring, and wow. Hmm?
We love you too.
So let's take another beautiful saying. Just a minute. So Eleni is another wonderful woman who gives a self-defense workshop all over the world. So coming from that, she says that love is the greatest safety, a safety without worries. And she's from Cyprus, and she's been here to Israel many times. And it's wonderful when you think about, you know, a self-defense specialist that says that the greatest safety is actually love. So thank you so much, Eleni. And Rachel from Simi in Greece says it's wonderful to see us, and she says it's beautiful to put Nia in. And Rachel is another artist. Actually, one of her paintings is there behind me. So Rachel, we'll have you in the next call. Be prepared. So yes, very inspiring. Michal.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I want to confess that I put my hands here and my heart is boom, 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 as if I'm racing, like I'm in a marathon. And my brain is, you're not that excited. It's okay. You're calm. All good. But my heart is, whoa, I'm running now, full power. So it's really, really an amazing experience. And I want to thank Nitzan for bringing the word listening a couple of times or more in what you said. Because I was listening to you, and while listening, I was doodling, and I want to show you what I did and then explain my very, very simple method. So we were talking about ripples of that love coming from above. And I feel that with the notion of these ripples, and that little light from above can come and make such a way all around 360 degrees, it brings a lot of hope. And this creature is very innocent, so it's very delicate work to do these ripples, very quiet work. And then the bucket of love brought me this doodle. It all comes from above like honey. It's so sweet, and it's like a love bath for me today, this bucket of love. And that creature is closing their eyes and just letting it all over. And just to show a little bit of my process, I'll show you this. Just tell me that you can see it or not yet. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, just a second. Oh, you see? So each line, oh, I lost it. Sorry, each line can bring something. This is a form of love that came spontaneously from that awkward line. Many awkward lines bring many types of love to my paper. And one of the forms is listening, as Nitzan said. I'm going to show you just the very simple 5 steps that I'm creating my doodles. It's actually starting with a line, a random line. Just let your hand lead, not knowing what's going to be next. And then the second stage is you draw another line above it, on the side. And then you add a simple round eye or two. Very, very simple, like a creature. Not the human eyes, so there will not be judgment in this. And all of a sudden, with some more lines and details, there's a creature there. And while you color it, a word comes to mind. You write it down. So it's a line, and then another line, random line, and 1 or 2 eyes. And creature or creatures appear, you color it, and you see a message. So in this way, I actually can take a moment and listen to myself. In life, we are always drawn outside, and I'm listening, not with the brain, just with the movement. And I'm looking and talking to that part of myself that was projected on the paper. And the last doodle I did while listening to you was this doodle about love. And this is what I want to share with you about my journey of love in the past few weeks. It's actually allowing myself to look into my more hidden, more gentle, more fragile, but so brave voice within me that sees me in my ugliness, in my loneliness, in my not able to love myself, not able to love others sometimes as much as I want, in my anger, in my bad thoughts, and that place is within me. You see, it's a part, and it's always there, and all I need is to listen and then just let myself befriend again, remember again that inner voice. And I keep thinking, what if all of us would be so brave to allow ourselves to love and to listen to that fragile voice that sometimes just reality keeps its silence? What if all human beings would allow themselves to be brave to listen to that little voice? It sounds so naive, but when I looked at this doodle, this naive creature, it's actually very powerful, very present. Know what it's doing, it's know its place. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for having me.
Yay, thank you, Michal.
Can I say something?
Of course.
As one artist to the other, I love you're so light. It's so full of life and the smile and everything you do is I can't help myself. I smile. It's beautiful. With a few lines, a little bit of color, you bring so much light. And that's really wonderful. I really appreciate that. I'm so happy that you're with us here. It's like wonderful. When I see your work, I feel so heavy. For me, it's always intricate, and I go in and until I come out with emotions and colors, and here you go like this, and it happens. So
Thank you, Michal. But it's a journey. That's the doodling way that I'm doing. I used to be very, very, very heavy, very into details, like very, very, yeah. So yeah, slowly, and hoping one day we'll do another session, full session, doodling with all of you. And it will be lovely.
And so I want to bring up a friend also who's joining us by watching. Michal and I know her well, and Gafnit, and probably Miriam as well. So Kathy, yes, I'm putting you here, Kathy, because you did an amazing act of love recently. I'll take it down, but this is an example of how friends can really help one another just with pure love. Here in the village where we live, there is a family that is kidnapped and is held hostage in Gaza. And friends around the world offered the amazing help of doing a 24/7 watch of love over those people, over the family. So we have friends all over the globe, and I'm mentioning Kathy because she organized it, that every hour by the hour, someone from around the globe, and sometimes it's a group of people, just send their love and protection and thoughts and good thoughts here to Israel and to their friends and to our friends held hostage in Gaza as well. So this is an amazing example, and thank you, Kathy, so much. And we were all here in a leadership course a few years ago in Israel, and it's definitely an act of leadership. Thank you. Miriam, do you want the spotlight, or Gafnit? Yes, you want also to talk?
Now
I just wanted to say a word that when you know someone that is in a great danger, like these families that have 2 little children, via them you can actually send the love and the protection and the warmth and the safety to all the other people that are there in the darkness, and you send them light. And this is happening, and it's like this ray of the sun from all over the world for people, and it does not matter what their name and what country they belong to. It's a human kindness to human kindness, and this is a great ripple of love. So thank you very much.
Okay, I'm trying to put Miriam on the center, but just a minute.
I can start, and if
Yeah.
it happens. So I want to say that I feel humbled. I feel that what has gone on in the last 45 minutes has been really like almost being in the eye of the storm. We're talking about ripples. We spoke about that image in the beginning, but and the line that came throughout, I think what everyone spoke about was the aspect of choosing, choice. And I felt that like Michal put the eyes on the images, like we are in the eye of the storm, and we put our eye, our choice, our consciousness in the point of spreading what we want to process, what we want to see in the world. And the fact that we're doing it together as this group of ladies that are on the screen, but all of the ladies and all of the people that might be joining us at the moment. It's a huge statement, and it's a huge happening, really. For if we can imagine what human intention actually looks like in terms of light. And I felt there was a lot of courage in the things that we spoke about, the way that things were spoken about today. It was very from the heart to the heart, in the core, feeling it. Not, it wasn't academic in any way, but very much heartfelt. So I felt really moved by being in this happening, because that's what I feel like it is. I feel like it's a real happening at this very moment, and that everybody that's watching and supporting is a part of it. It's really quite unique. So I wanted to offer one ingredient that is to do with love, which came up from Nitzan's movements, and I think through all there were threads that were very interacting between a lot of things that a lot of us spoke about, and the feeling, the aspect that when you're actually providing love, or what love comes to do in the world, is that it comes to answer a need. And in order to answer a need, you need to really understand another person or another situation. You need to extend yourself beyond in order to see what something else. It came up in the 4 A's from Orit about what another person might need. And I shared in our previous call of a small thing that helped me go through the first few days, because after the 7th of October, we were quite in a state of shock, and it needed to begin to get something moving in the system. It's almost like letting water go through pipes that were kind of stuck. And what I came to, and I'm offering it as a small ceremony, if whoever feels in any way stuck at any point of the day, because we feel stuck, and then we feel free, and then we feel open, and then we feel closed. And I feel that part of the name of the game is expansion and allowing that flow. And one of the things that I found was very useful was to do one small act for someone else, or for something else, or for myself, because that's also legitimate, to ask my body, or to ask my head, or to ask my back, or to ask what is needed now. Because I think that's one of the questions that love answers. It goes around looking, what's needed now? Where can I fulfill a need? And I go microscope when we're talking about the macro, to go into one small deed, one really small thing. It can be a small thing, but if it's accompanied by human consciousness, it can go very, very far and very, very deep. And I think that's what happened here today. That things were, in a way, very concentrated, but they went very deep. So if I were to take it out, like tomorrow I'm going to be teaching first graders, I'm going to be looking what each child actually needs, what their whole being is asking for. And it's a way of looking that can offer so much love between human beings, and between whatever wants to come through us into the world, because something is desperate to get to the human race. And we're an open window saying, yes, we want to be carriers of love, and we want to be the ones that are going to put it through. And like Michal starts with one line, and who knows where it's going to end. But you need the openness. And I liked what you said, Michal, about going inside and not being on the outside, but seeing what that one line suggests, how I can add to it. So that mindset of how we can add to one small thing a day, it will create the flow just by the starting of giving. So thank you. It really is a privilege to be in this circumstance, and onward.
And onward, indeed. We're towards. And just to say that Rachel says that she totally agrees with you, Miriam. And before also Rachel said said good things about Michal and the doodling. So just to add that we're getting wonderful responses. Let's add another beautiful saying from our friend Dina in New York, who will for sure join us in this circle next time. She's a wonderful artist, musician, songwriter. Perhaps love and loyalty are companions. Loyalty to how humankind is meant to be. Loyalty to seeing, asking, courage, kindness, willingness, loyalty to life. Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
I love what she said. And if we take loyalty to life or to live, and we change the I, which is all about us, to O, the circle, we all together, then it becomes love.
Wow. Beautiful.
So living in love with love is that's it. Being
Yes.
for others, that togetherness that we're feeling now is the source. It's the way to live. It's the way to move forward. And humankind, what we want, our vision of a better world. That's it.
Yeah. Wow. So yes, absolutely, yes. It feels that it's a good note to end with also. And hopefully it was inspiring and just a taste of something. And if you're inspired, spread the love, spread the ripples. And if you want to join us, then just do that. If you know us personally, just WhatsApp us. And if not, just send a message through YouTube or Facebook, because we are planning to do a big event for creators. Just please mute it. Yeah, for creators, women creators from all over the globe in the different arts, and just creators, healers. It's going to happen soon. And if you want also to be in these events, and just continue to spread the love. I think this is the message for today. Share this video as well if you liked it.
And one last doodle.
Yes, just a minute. Let me spotlight you.
With this beautiful crowd we have here on the broadcast and in the comments and all, I cannot stop doodling. So one last little thing. Love between different environments, the fish and the bird.
Seems that something can be created in the womb of something else. This is the feeling.
So I'd like to say something about this, because Michal just raised the word environment. And since Nitzan spoke, I wanted to share this. It's in my mind all the time through everyone speaking, that our human body is an ecosystem. And we are all ecosystems, and together we create an ecosystem. And then there are these ripples with all those comments from all over the world, from beautiful other ecosystems. And together we are creating an ecosystem of love, which is wow. Yes. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Good day. Until soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.